Red, ripe, and deliciously sweet, the strawberry is the undisputed king of summer fruits. With almost 10 million tons produced each year by a multi-billion-dollar worldwide industry, the strawberry's popularity continues to grow, making it one of the top favorite flavors of all time. But what would happen if the strawberry suddenly just went extinct? What would we put on our shortcake then? It's not as far-fetched as you might think, and 100 years ago, that's exactly what almost happened, and it could still easily happen again. But to understand that risk today and what we can do about it, we must look back into history. The strawberry as we know it has only existed for about 300 years. While related species of wild strawberries were well known in Europe since Roman times, they weren't grown for their fruit, but rather for their leaves as an herbal remedy. The fruit was sweet, but tiny, and only the very wealthy could afford to grow enough as expensive treats for royalty. We have the English to thank for the winning combination of wild strawberries and cream. Cardinal Thomas Wolsey, Chancellor of England between 1515 and 1529, once hosted a banquet for King Henry VIII, where he reportedly served strawberries and fresh cream for dessert.
Oh, how I do love a good dessert.
This innovation would eventually lead to the creation of strawberry ice cream, and another perpetual favorite, the strawberry milkshake. But it wasn't until French explorers to Chile in 1713 discovered the Pacific beach strawberry and brought plants back to Europe that the strawberry finally became accessible to ordinary people. Look, a new strawberry! I will take it back to France and give it to the king! When royal horticulturalists planted the new Chilean strawberry with wild scarlet strawberries from North America, it was uniquely pollinated and grew large red berries of a delightful new flavor.
Delicious.
The secret got out though, and garden strawberries, as they became known, soon became all the rage, establishing a firm foothold wherever they went. 19th century Englishmen Michael Keene and Thomas Knight made their fortunes perfecting dozens of new varieties of strawberries for the home garden.
That's right, I got rich breeding strawberries for the global market.
By 1905, those fruits had become the bedrock of the market garden industry in southwest England. Unfortunately, the growing practices of the time made the plants vulnerable to red stelly root rot, a persistent fungal disease, and by the late 1920s, it had wiped out most commercial strawberry production in Europe and North America. While surviving plants helped breed disease resistance into newer varieties, by 1945, commercial strawberry growers essentially had to restart from scratch. But even those new strawberries remain susceptible to dozens of other viral and fungal infections, which continually plague the modern strawberry industry. This explains the high cost of organically grown fruit and why strawberries are often one of the most chemically contaminated crops, with ever stronger pesticides and antibiotic sprays being required to raise a large commercial harvest. But before you get too depressed at the thought of losing one of your favorite fruits forever, there's still hope for the beloved strawberry. The real reason that strawberries did so well for over 200 years without any serious problems was that everyone grew them. Instead of hundreds of acres all planted together in long rows of sterilized, fumigated, plastic-wrapped soil, each family or small farm had its own patch, lovingly tended and seasonally enjoyed. Strawberries weren't the product of scientific breeding and commercialized exploitation, continuously available in plastic cartons at your local supermarket. Instead, they were a cherished garden staple straight from your yard or local farmer's market each summer, with hundreds of heirloom varieties, each as unique as the gardens they came from. If disease did strike, it was quickly contained because there was nowhere else for it to go, and you could simply replace lost plants from your neighbors next season. So the best thing we can do to help ensure the survival and future availability of strawberries and many other threatened fruits and vegetables is for everyone to grow them again at home. Even a modest bed of strawberries in your yard can produce enough fruit for your entire family to enjoy for months to come. That way, you really can help keep strawberries from going extinct. And when your grandkids ask you what strawberries tasted like when you were a kid, You can just hand them a bowl full of fresh, ripe berries to taste for themselves.